Welcome everyone. Welcome to Puck Drops here. Some college football. We got the Aggies against South Carolina. Here's a quarterback rush. Broke a tackle. Broke another tackle. Aggies are on it though, and will force third down for the South Carolina offense. Just so you know, A&M is 7th in the country. They are ranked 3rd in their conference, 2nd in their division. One of the top teams in all of America in college football right now, and they're trying to go to 5-1. South Carolina at home trying to upset the Texas A&M Aggies. Here's a throw over the middle, batted down, incomplete, and the Aggies, Texas A&M, forces a South Carolina punt. So what a play by the defense right now, and an eligible receiver comes in, or eligible player comes in on 4th and 8 for South Carolina. They go for the punt. This one will loop all the way down to the 15-yard line. South Carolina has got them down at the 10. This crowd is hyped. This team is hyped right now. A&M in hostile territory just gave up a bad play on the kickoff return. So they are at their 10, and Kellen Mond's going to have to figure something out. His 40th career start, tied the most of all time in school history. And this school has been playing football since the late 1800s. So there's a lot of big-time players he's tying. Quarterbacks all the way with Bear Bryant, the winningest coach of all time. He won so many championships with the University of Alabama, but started off with A&M and had great quarterbacks. So Kellen Mond right now, and if he starts next week, would break the record for a prestigious school. Here's Kellen Mond's going to fake run. He'll get the first down and a stiff arm down close to the 20. What a play by him. Here is the handoff up the middle. Spiller will get a few, and it'll be 2nd and a few. Here's a throw over the top, and it was tipped off of Spiller's hands. Dropped it incomplete. So now it will be, I apologize if I'm not getting my names right out. I'm just trying to type some things. But here comes the offensive line for A&M, who has not let up a sack in 144 pass attempts. They labeled the Maroon Goons big-time offensive linemen. They can really push the pile, and they have been helping fellow quarterback Kellen Mond. As receivers to the right, Mond fakes the shotgun snap, then goes back on the shotgun snaps. Got to get it off. Now he does. Pass rush is nullified. Mond is going to throw. Receiver went down. This has to be a penalty. It is a penalty. Penalty flag comes flying in. Gamecocks can't believe it. It was Mukamu on the coverage, but the Aggies do get the flag. They should benefit on a pass interference call. And now they're picking up the flag. What is going on? They picked up the flag. The crowd goes crazy, and a South Carolina penalty that should be called gets nullified and the Aggies are going to have to punt. Here is the punt. Stifled to the right side, and it's going to roll. Has to pick it up at the 24. Here comes the A&M tacklers. They got him at the 11. So an unsuccessful drive for Texas A&M does not work. And they get a good punt and some good punt coverage. 11:05 to go in the first quarter. No score in Columbia. Hey, Josh, what is going on? Hey, it's nice to be here. We just had a few interesting plays. We just had the South Carolina punt, an A&M punt, after they had an unsuccessful drive around midfield. But Texas A&M just booted a deep one. Well, they actually had what should have been a first down, but it was an incomplete pass, and there was a penalty flag thrown for pass interference, but the flag got picked up immediately because no score. 11:05 left in the first quarter. No score, but the flag got picked up after it was thrown, so they went back to incomplete. They punted, but they got great coverage, and South Carolina has the ball at their 11. So that'll be a no score. Josh, as well, I just wanted to let you know, again, as I did let you know in Discord already, the game is on ESPN. You said it's the only American channel you have. So the game is on ESPN. So if you want to catch it, you can. You can watch it on ESPN and follow it for me. One of the few games, because A&M doesn't get as many primetime games as other networks, one of the few games until playoffs that you'll be able to watch this. So I would definitely take the opportunity and watch it with me, actually watch it with me. Yeah. It's enjoyable. Right now, our commercial. I don't know how far ahead I am of you, but it doesn't really matter.
At Nature's Way, it starts with quality ingredients, like our Sambucas, made from elderberries grown and picked at their prime. Choose the way to quality immune support. Choose Nature's Way Sambucas.
Yeah, Texas A&M is on the road against a good South Carolina team. South Carolina has a good record, but A&M right now, I believe, 4-1 or 5-1, and another win would put them really on the top. As I explained earlier, they have the seventh best. They are ranked number 7 in the country out of every American college football team, and they are also second in their division and third in their conference, behind Georgia and also in the division behind Alabama. Handoff, who they had lost to this year. Handoff right for Smith from South Carolina, ran for some more, but he was down behind the first down markers. He broke for more yards than a first down, but at that point he was already down. 2-3 South Carolina unranked. That's right. They are a good football team. They are very good. The last 2-3 years, specifically the last 2 years, they have grown in leaps and bounds after having a contending type football team and then going back into the doldrums. They're back to contend. Here is the handoff, and the Gamecocks get nothing. A drop by this defensive line core. It's O'Neal Jr. who makes the play, linebacker actually, with 10:20 left in the first. Also, the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Texas A&M Aggies. I'm obviously Aggies. Here is rolling out to the right. He's going to throw it over the top. Didn't get him. He didn't get him. He missed the target. That was Hill, who did not get the pass in front, and the clock will stop, and South Carolina will punt. Yeah, if you hear Gamecocks, that's their name. They're literally named after roosters. They might be trying something with with Kroger kicking probably won't be a fake. The way he just went out. Also, I got an interesting thing. I learned how to create goal horns, so I was creating some goal horns for both these teams. I'll do it for each college football team I do broadcasts for. This kick will go out of bounds, and it was a bad punt by Kroger. So the A&M Aggies are going to have the ball in very good position. We will be back soon from Columbia. Yeah, Columbia, South Carolina. That's where they play. Just so you know that. And A&M, they're not at home, but if they are at home, they would play in College Station, Texas, which is about, I'd say probably 30, 45 minutes south of Dallas.
When your V-neck looks more like a U-neck, that's when you know it's half washed. Downy helps prevent stretching by keeping fibers, so clothes look newer, longer.
No.
Downy, and it's
They're the Gamecocks, not the Carolinians.
And I don't drink your grandma's ginger ale. I drink Canada Dry.
There's only one team I can think of in sports that's the Americans, and that's the Rochester Americans, the American Hockey League team of the – well, no, that's true. Well, Texans, technically, Houston, because they're named after their state. Oh, well, there's that one then, I guess. But after country, the only one is the Rochester Americans, the AHL team. Yeah.
For some of us, our daily journey is a short one.
The Aggies is named after Texas A&M now they're a bit more of a military school, but they're primarily known as a farming school. So the people of like agricultural heritage and those careers, a slang name for them in Texas is called Aggies. That's why they're called the Aggies. The Gamecocks are fighting chicken. I don't know why they're called that. I think that was a sport in early colonial South Carolina. I think that's the reason. I will let you know A&M is playing next week. So I have an idea. Again, I'm not going to know the time or the channel, but I will know later on, and I will alert you when I do know.
This is Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
I believe actually they might be playing LSU next week. LSU is the defending champions of – no, they're playing Tennessee. They actually do know the time. At 3:30 p.m. Okay, that's it, Josh. Just so you know, the game will be the game is going to be next Saturday I'm almost positive it'll be on CBS, which I know you don't have, so you won't be able to watch that game. But it'll be at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, so 12:30, so just after noon for you. That'll be next Saturday. A&M in Knoxville, Tennessee, against the Tennessee Volunteers. So that'll be next week. Just so you know. Then they play Mississippi at home, LSU at home, and they go to Auburn, Alabama for their last game of the year.
Today at PizzaHut.com. This week we honor all of America's heroes.
I will let you know all the college football scores once we get back to commercial. Also, Christian McCaffrey will be playing tomorrow for Carolina, or at least he was activated. Tennessee Volunteers, yeah. I don't remember the story on that. I think that was a militia group. They were soldiers called the Tennessee Volunteers. I don't remember if they were literally volunteers. I don't remember what war. Mond in the shotgun. At about the 45, handoff delayed. Spiller passed midfield, and then he trucks a Gamecock and a referee for the first down for the Aggies, and they are marching into South Carolina territory just like that. Again, it's just a name of a militia. College football names are very different. My college where I go to, we're literally called the Red Hawks. It's not And it's not a Native American. No, it's literally just the bird. College and high school get very bad with their names. My high school, we were the Falcons. It's weird. Here's Mon throwing over the middle, and he's got a man for the first down and just past the first down for Weidermeyer, who, if you remember last week on Halloween, had a big night against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Also, for the names of the next teams that will be playing after them, I'll actually wait till, a stoppage, a legitimate stoppage. Aggies at the South Carolina 28. We're still scoreless. 8:49 left in the first. Mond fakes the handoff. Mond steps back. Got to get it loose. He throws it over the top. And Weidermeyer is looking for a flag, but he never got one. So it will go out of bounds and become 2nd and 10. Falcons, that's a bad team name, I guess. I mean, we were decent at like something. We weren't a great football team, but we had a very good lacrosse program and a good baseball program. Yeah, for my high school. Also, the mascot for my high school and my college are literally the same, except my mascot in high school was yellow and blue, and in college, red and white. Here's a handoff to Spiller, takes a few Gamecocks with him, and it's 3rd down. And a nasally rooster cry signals this sold-out crowd that it is 3rd down. Defensively, at least. J.C. Warren, the top corner, guarding Weidermeyer. Weidermeyer, of course, the guy who root for, the big tight end / receiver for the Texas A&M Aggies. He lines up at wide receiver, probably play tight end in the NFL. They go for the screen, and the Aggies are stopped. They almost had the first down. It was right there. He was pushing, but he got flattened. We'll see if A&M goes for the 4th down conversion or if they go to kick a field goal here. And that was close. Oh, they're saying it's a 1st down. They're saying the Aggies got a 1st down. Everyone in Columbia here is booing, but Lane, they said, just had the position to get a 1st down. If they challenge this, I think it's coming back. I did not see our guy get the 1st down. They're going to review it, as they will, and I really think this is coming back. A&M got a lucky break on that call. Of course, the big thing here is that the call is 1st down for Jimbo Fisher's guys at Texas A&M. The call is 1st down, so we'll see what happens. 7:47 left in the first. They'll go to a break. No score in Columbia.
Time to make your disappointing breakfast your Xmas, because Wendy's has your new breakfast lunch with the fresh cracked egg on every sandwich and crispy oven baked bacon. You'll be telling everybody about the new.
So we shall see how this ends up. All right. I actually forgot the one thing I was going to say about. Oh, that's right. The teams that A&M is playing next week. The next teams they're playing. The next 4 teams for the end of the regular season that they're playing. People say that because, and I have a friend who says that, and they say that because in American college football, there seems to be a lot more of, there's more tight games. If you understand the regular season, it's a shorter regular season, and there are only 4 teams that can contend for the championship at the end of the year. So every game counts. There's no money involved, so there's a rush, there's a push of more. The players aren't specifically better than NFL players, but they every game, every day counts for them because they could easily just be told, hey, you're not cutting it right now. You're not going to be able to. Hold on a second. You're not going to be able to. To play for us, it just isn't working out that way. And you know, so that's another misfortunate part of. Yeah, I am too. Those are the arguments you'll get. I apologize if I'm like out of it right now. I'm just trying to figure out this computer. Something's going on with it. Just give me a second. All right. Fixed it. Yeah. It's very competitive, and you see it. If you think the NFL has passionate fan bases, you see it more with college. So the 4 teams that the A&M Aggies are playing next, like their names, are the Tennessee Volunteers, the Mississippi Rebels, the Louisiana State Tigers, who are the defending champions. The LSU Tigers are basically like the Washington Nationals. Like, they're having a horrible year. They're just – here it is. It's 4th down. They reversed it, as I thought they would have. Louisiana State Tigers and then the Auburn Tigers, which are a very good team that they're playing next. And Auburn's actually playing who arguably I believe is the best team in the country, even though they're ranked number 2, Alabama, the game the week before they play A&M, which I think is one of the teams that could knock off the best team in the country. A&M is going for it here. Everyone, they're going for it on 4th down. Mond under center. This place would erupt if he doesn't get it. 4 seconds left in the game clock. Kellen Mond, handoff. Spiller surges ahead. It's a Texas A&M 1st down. You'll see the play. This is a really solid offensive line. Also, there's a final score in Georgia. Florida upsets Georgia 44-28, and this is really important. And I'll explain right after this play. The other one. Okay, that doesn't matter. Just so you know, at the end of this play, I will explain the importance of Georgia beating Florida beating Georgia, especially by that margin. Here's Spiller pushing more. He'll get to about the 10-yard line. South Carolina's 10. As Spiller claps his hands, he's able to push Pickens. So the reason why that is meaningful is because you talk about rankings and you talk about ways teams are able to be defeated that are in the conference. And Texas A&M defeated Florida. Florida now defeated Georgia. Florida now has a better record than Georgia in their division, meaning that Texas A&M in their division is more valued and they would have a chance to get ranked higher than teams like Georgia, especially with the win here. But Spiller gets stacked before he got to the 1st down marker. So 2nd and 4 should become about 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1. But if that point made any sense, like, it's just if they beat the best team in the other division, they would have a chance. They would look better. It's all about how you win and the teams you beat and how many wins you get. So the fact that the best team in the other division now lost to Texas A&M helps their standing along the way if they can take care of business and win the next 4 of these games, 5, including this one. Handoff, Spiller surges. Spiller, did he get there? A&M is saying yes. I don't see many Gamecocks saying no. It's if you're not in America or you're not around it, it's very confusing. 1st and goal. Spiller got it. But you're watching it, I would assume. So you're seeing what I'm seeing. It's all about ranking. Since there's so many teams in so many divisions and not a lot of teams to be able to win. I think they're looking at this again. Not enough teams to be able to win. there's all these rankings and all this stuff. This play is getting looked at again to see if Spiller got the first down. They said that he did. Here's the push. To me, that's a first down where the ball is, even though it's under 53's helmet. Once again, just like the last time, the call on the field is A&M first down, first and goal. Okay. So you're watching this as I am. He's down at around 33. This, to me, the way he lands, this has to be an Aggies first down. If not, I'd go for it again, because even if they don't get it on fourth down, the ball should be around. The South Carolina would get the ball at their 8. They would be hemmed in. But to me, this is first down all the way. His knee never goes down. This has to be for Isaiah Spiller. This. They're thinking overturning. To me, it's first down. It's a first down. It's a first down. He couldn't get the microphone on. Everybody groaning and booing here in South Carolina. But this is an A&M first down. The Aggies are going to have the ball. First and goal from. We'll see where they give it to them. I know they were at the 10 before they went for it. So it would have been around the 9. We'll see where the line of scrimmage is. Kellen Mond is in the shotgun. 5 minutes have been played in this drive. 9 plays, over 46 yards. It is at the 6. The South Carolina 6. Mond, handoff, no. Fakes it. Mond, flushed, has to get it out there. Incomplete. He was looking for Weidermeyer. He was guarded by a different center this time, and he went out, but 2 spies came right at him, and he had to get that ball out and quickly, or he would have lost a ton. So there was no one. He was looking right in front of him, and if someone went to the right side, right corner, flat in the end zone, it would have had a wide open man. Also, just who what team is what now that you can see them. Brown and white, specifically in white, are our guys, and in red is South Carolina. Shotgun snap for Kellen Mond. Mond will rush it up. Mond needs some room. He's pushed out of bounds after about a 2-yard gain. Possibly it was only 1. Third and goal, and this is gut check time if you're A&M. You got to find a way to get this ball into the end zone. 4:39 played in the first quarter. As Robbie Ray, that was just shown on one of the ESPN markers, which got signed by Toronto in baseball. Mond focuses, and now he'll get the shotgun snap. Everyone here is standing. Mond in the shotgun. Kellen looking, now claps his hands. He has motion. He gets motion. He's looking, throwing, touchdown! Aggies! Texas A&M with Kellen Mond right over the top. Gets the ball right in there. It's 6-0. Yeah. On third down, it was Smith. 12 plays, over 52 yards, and 5:57 of added time has led the Texas A&M Aggies in Columbia to a 7-0 lead over the South Carolina Gamecocks. And here's the play. It was a corner throw to the back of the end zone, and this was almost a screen by Weidermeyer, but he sits in the flat, he grabs the ball, and Texas A&M has a lead late in the fourth quarter. Where did I get this goal song? That thing, I actually made this goal. I made this goal song today. I got the one part of it is the A&M, as you see the students who cannot be in the stadium today. I lost what I was saying. I got confused. Part of it is the fight song for Texas A&M. The second part of it is a song that I got. Just found it on it's not like one of those sites that they allow you to take it. Obviously you can't take copyright songs. It's like a non-copyright song.
He's from Moore, South Carolina. Went to
None of these are goal songs that are of the goal horns. Obviously, I tried to just do a regular train horn, but they just sound ECHL or AHL. I wanted a legitimate one, and the NHL does a great job of making theirs high quality. So I stole Detroit. I used Detroit's. You will see what South Carolina is if they get a touchdown. Hopefully you don't. Now here come the Gamecocks. That was a touchback, so they're going to get the ball at the 25. It was always the 25. The NFL has actually borrowed. Hit while he throws, and he went over the middle, and it was batted down. Good coverage by A&M, and the pass rush is coming up big time, and it's already 2nd and 10. Colin Hill was the quarterback who threw it over the middle.
earlier drive. They would drop pass by Jimmy Brooks. Have to be proud of their son. Look, 3 torn ACLs in Colorado State.
Also, if you're wondering, I forget his name, but that Ravens tight end that has, or at least he played for the Ravens, that has that tight end that has really long hair, almost like the quarterback you're seeing now, actually played for South Carolina in college. Step back, throwing deep over the middle, tipped incomplete, deflected. He wants a flag. Are they going to get one? They will not. A&M forces 3rd down with excellent midfield coverage. A play-action pass right over the middle, right over the top, and Jones. Fantastic coverage for A&M. 3rd and 10. Motioning. They have not converted a 3rd down all day. In this first quarter, 3:53 left. You can hear a few boos here in South Carolina. They get the snap now. Goes to the shotgun. Goes to the pass rush. Goes for the lofting throw. Someone got knocked down. Penalty flags coming down. 2 penalty flags are there. I thought an Aggie was knocked down. We'll see what happens. To me, this is not a penalty against Texas A&M. I will say also, this is an important thing to know. In college, the rule is different. If a flag is – here we go. Oh, they're calling it. The mic is not on, but they call it against defensively. They call it against A&M. 2 flags came out, but they were both against the Aggies. Now, here's the rule. And it was right in front of the South Carolina bench as well. Here is the rule. No, A&M bench. Here's the rule on pass interferences. They are 15 yards, not spot fouls. Jimbo Fisher still arguing at this call. He really doesn't understand, saying, hey, my guy looked at the quarterback. This can't be pass interference. But they get it, and they get a 1st down to the 40. Here's the snapback. Fakes the play action. Going long, deep. Had him beat, but dropped down at the 20 and could not find his target. They are throwing the long ball right now on A&M, but they are not converting. Here we go. Notre Dame, Clemson. Clemson is the best record in all of college football. I picked Clemson to lose pretty badly. Their first overall pick in the NFL draft that looks like they'll have their starting quarterback. It's his 2nd week not playing due to the virus. And Clemson just gave up a touchdown there to Notre Dame, who's 4th. So Notre Dame is flexing their muscles there. Here's 2nd and 10. Tries the screen. Drop the screen. And it's 3rd down again. And 10. Yeah, that's why I was explaining. In college, that's the rule. It's a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul. Which I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, my friend is a huge Notre Dame fan and an Ohio State fan. Ohio State is actually playing right now on a different channel. They just started against the local team. Since I don't live in Texas, they're not I love Texas A&M, but they're not the local team. The local team is a team called Rutgers in North Jersey, in Piscataway, New Jersey, which is, I'd say 30 minutes away. 204 A&M on 3rd down. 0-4 of South Carolina on their 3rd down. And a drop pass, a deflection. So the Aggies give up a penalty, but then they go straight for the 3-and-out that they should have had initially. It'll be a South Carolina punt with 3:32 to go. Is Notre Dame good? They are good. They're usually good a lot of the years, but they don't play in a specific conference. They just play whoever they choose. Almost blocked. This punt will drop to the 21, and then taken at the sideline. He took 5 yards until he was wrestled down at the Gamecock bench. They push everyone away so they don't have a problem with an altercation. Notre Dame is good. They're ranked number 4 in the nation. They will probably slide to number 3 if they can beat Clemson. Then they would go behind probably Ohio State, then Alabama, depending if Alabama can beat, I want to say Tennessee this week, which is interesting. They play us next week. 83 career touchdowns, second in Texas A&M history, I believe only behind the incomparable Johnny Manziel, my college football idol anyway, as this handoff to Spiller. Spiller fakes a move, and Spiller got dumped. Bad luck for A&M on the offensive line, where they usually are strong. Clemson is good, but they're a little overrated in my opinion. They're number 1 in the country. They've got a very good defense. They've got decent receivers, but they are not the most consistent of teams, despite the fact that they're undefeated. They end up losing to very good teams. And as I said, their starting quarterback did not play last week. They nearly lost to Boston College. And the starting quarterback is not playing against a much better Notre Dame team as he recovers from the virus. Here we go. Shotgun snap. Kellen Mond over the middle. He caught it. Jones did, but he dropped down. I don't think anybody touched it. But they will call the ball down. So it'll be 3rd and short for the Aggies. And there goes the horrible squawk, who say that it will be 3rd down. Gilbert tomorrow will be starting at quarterback for the Cowboys. I'm not positive who Dallas is playing. Pittsburgh. Oh, that's right. Oh, I picked the Cowboys to beat the Steelers, but it's not looking good for them if they want to make that happen. 4 years ago, they did with a crazy Ezekiel Elliott magic in Pittsburgh. We'll see what happens in Dallas tomorrow. Here's Kellen Mond, afternoon, thrown, tipped, and picked. No, didn't pick. Was not picked. Was tipped by a few South Carolina players, then went off the hands of the linebacker and Argby in front, and A&M will punt, but they don't give up the ball at midfield. That was an unfortunate play that could have been a lot worse. I'm rooting for Pittsburgh over Dallas just because I'm a Giants fan first, but I understand why you would do that. I don't like either. I know. I hate Philly more than both teams of this. The Eagles, and this punt, though, just my personal opinion, it's going to drop to the 11. So South Carolina, instead of having the ball at midfield with a chance to score, will have the ball at the 11. Oh, how about that? There's actually going to be soccer on ABC tomorrow. Philadelphia and New England, 2 very good teams in the Eastern Conference. But as you know, I'm not able to do any broadcasts on Sunday.
Beautiful campus, beautiful city, and this stadium, man, something special here. Awesome venue for college football. Trying to get it done tonight.
Hill will hand off. Gamecocks going nowhere with 1:40 left in the first quarter. A stoppage, and now it's 2nd down. Philadelphia is a very good team. They are number 1 in there. If you're talking about soccer, because New England, because you don't like Boston sports. Philadelphia has, I believe, the best record in the Eastern Conference, and they might have the best record overall in the entire league. New England is a fringe team that is trying to, I believe they're 6th or it might be 8th in the conference, trying to stake their way. They actually, everybody clinched, as I explained last week in the MLS. While we talk soccer, a big stop up the run by Peavy. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you. Not exactly at 2:45 because I have something important I have to do at around 2:30. But at around 2:45 Eastern, I will be live streaming on Wednesday, 2:45 p.m. Eastern. So about 11:45 Pacific time if you want to watch, because I am going to be live streaming soccer, the United States against Wales, two teams that. Oh, here's a screen, 3rd and 12. South Carolina, don't pick it up. Don't get close to the first down marker. A 3 and out, and they will be punting back to the Aggies. As there's Johnson. Joyner, sophomore player, now finally gets up. Johnson, it wasn't Joyner, it was Johnson, was slow to get up. He's kind of limping to the sideline. We'll see how he is. As I was saying, at 11:45 Eastern Pacific time and 2:45 Eastern time on Wednesday, I will be live streaming a soccer game, the United States men's versus Wales. As it's end of the first quarter right now, but I'll be live streaming that game on Wednesday. United States men and Wales men soccer team, because I love soccer. I love national soccer and all that stuff. And my favorite college, and not college, United States is obviously United States, as well as I was getting confused, as well as the fact that my name, 5 Foot, is actually Welsh. A large percentage of me is Welsh. I am proud of being from Wales. So to do both countries is something I never saw coming. And I don't think I've ever watched Wales play national. So they've got a really good player named Gareth Bale. But I will be able to do that on Wednesday. So again, 11:45 Pacific time, 2:45 Eastern time. I will be live streaming on Wednesday Wales and the United States men's soccer World Cup qualifier. So that will be a game that is absolutely going to be high on my list to watch, and will be one I will be live streaming.
Congratulations. Welcome to the Aflac program. Now tell me, what does Aflac
Yeah.
do? Aflac makes you money.
5 Foot is a Welsh name. It means like British names usually, as Wales was part of Britain, and German names as well. I don't know what Russian, but I assume you'd know that. Last names meant the occupation back in the day of what you did. Miller, you were a beer holder, bartender. 5 Foot was we were cobblers. That was the reason. 5 Foot itself just means a cobbler or son of a cobbler. So that's the reason of that. And then Peter, of course, that name means rock. So not a great way to make shoes, cobbling rocks. But that is the meaning of that name. And okay, I thought so. German, British, French. That's how it all was in Europe. That's what your name meant. Your name meant the occupation that you did. So that is the meaning of that. And yeah, I'm a few things. I'm Polish, Spanish, Puerto Rican, Hungarian, German, but also Welsh, and the name specifically comes from Wales. So I'm very excited to do that game, and that again will be on 11. And I will let you know as we come close to that date. But that will again be 11:45 Pacific time, a.m. Pacific time, and 2:45 Eastern p.m. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were Russian. I thought you were Russo-Canadian. We are right now in commercial, as you can clearly see, so nothing too much going on there. I am, obviously, as I said, Spanish and Puerto Rican. I speak some Spanish, but yeah, and I'm not one of those people, just like, you said, that, knows Spanish but isn't Spanish. I am, so that's one of the reasons on that. But Wales itself, Welsh people have another like Gaelic type dialect, but I know nothing of that. I'm just an American who enjoys his heritage, very proud of who I am, very proud of my roots. Here's a punt. No, fake punt. No, fake punt. He just rolled to the left to get more air on it. This ball will drop at the 30. He was tackled a little for a loss of 2. We'll see if the ball goes to the 30 or the 28. Well, they say he was down for A&M. They're getting the ball back regardless. I have not been outside the United States. I've been to Puerto Rico at least 12 times. out of my 20-year-old life, but I have not been out of the country. I've been to a bunch of states, but I've been to Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, obviously, New Jersey, obviously, Kentucky, Florida, Virginia, Pennsylvania. Handoff here, no fake it, Mond. Mond has room. Mond throws over the middle, nowhere. He tried to find Jones, and Jones he was not able to connect with Jones. Tennessee is another state I've been to. California, and I think that's it. West Virginia. Oh, that's another one. Yeah. I'm proud to be American, but I'm also proud to be German, and I'm proud to be Polish and Puerto Rican and native too, because I'm a Puerto Rican native people. That's also my heritage. Here's a handoff. Spiller, stiff arm. Spiller makes a move. Spiller evades a tackle. Spiller down at the 49. No, I would agree with you. You have family in Baltimore, so of course you would. But yeah, I've never been to Canada. Oh, Maryland. That's another state that I've been to. And Delaware. As well as, of course, D.C., although that's not a state, it's a commonwealth. Also, I have been to it's funny, I haven't been to a bunch of states, but I've been to the 2 commonwealths in the United States so many times I can't even count. That's, of course, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico. In fact, I have family and houses of my family in both commonwealths. Sweep handoff to the line of scrimmage, and then they'll just get the ball there and stay there. Well, actually, I don't have actually, that's not entirely true. I don't have family in D.C. I just have family outside D.C. All right, Ohio State is leading 7-0 against my hometown team. Not my team, but just the team that's basically the hometown team, Rutgers. So Rutgers is not a very good team. They've been absolutely horrific for the last few years, but this season they've shown promise. Haven't you seen, right? Yeah, I've been there so many times. Only been to a Caps game once, a home Caps game once. They're looking for the pitch, never got it. Mond is tackled, and the only reason that Mond lost yards there was because he was looking for the option, and the option was never there. And by the time he put his face downfield, his eyes downfield, he had no room. So we'll see what Mond does in this play. He's also going backwards, not forwards. So South Carolina gets the big stoppage early in the second quarter. 12:50 left. Also, if you're watching this game, you kind of see how sus these signs are, right? I really think they need to put game in there for so people don't make horrible memes or they don't get sued. Here's a shotgun snap to Mond. Mond throws over the side. 2 Gamecocks went down. A&M, I think, is going to get the first down here. Spiller. If not, they'll have a very close 4th and short. They get the ball. Nobody was guarding the running back. And you wonder why running backs get a lot of passing plays in the NFL. This is why. Oh, wow. How about that? Keystone Cops. I did not see that. 2 South Carolina players fell down, and the closest guy to tackling Spiller was the assistant coach with the headphones of the South Carolina, if you see over there. Well, it's not the fans. It's like the cheerleaders, which is worse. Yes, Among Us, a game I've seen multiple times but never played on Twitch. Handoff or anywhere. Handoff for a few yards for Spiller, second down. As I've said, I'm more of my big games that I play a lot are sports video games, and call me premature, call me childish, call me a geeky, but since I was 6, I've always loved playing Pokemon. I've just liked playing that stuff. Yes, the fans have always invented that, but the nickname was invented long before that word became a sexual innuendo. So here we go. Baltimore is activating 6 defenders off their IR list, interestingly enough. Over the pocket, thrown, and then hammered down, but he found Lane, who's been big in this game. And the Aggies not commit. They get a first down as they're looking here at the play, and whoa, just they're looking to see if there was offensive pass interference, like if he was screening to try to, like a basketball screen. To me, no, he just runs into two. Here's Mon. Handoff. Spiller. Spiller pushes to the 20, to the 22. And the Aggies are in the red zone as they keep on chirping. Also, some stuff on now. I don't know the full story, but hopefully it comes out, and I know more information on it with the Jets, New York. Yes, absolutely. They should do that. With the Jets and something about hidden cameras. I don't know if the Jets are alleging there were hidden cameras or if the Jets are being sued for hidden cameras. Because if they're being investigated for hidden cameras, why should they be punished? They all have enough punishment already. They haven't won a game. It's almost half the season. Spiller runs for a few. There's the cawing, whatever. It's 3rd down and 1 in South Carolina territory. 5:48 is the time of possession for South Carolina. 14:05 for Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Alan Mond, the trigger man, the savvy senior, ready to get back to work on the other side of this.
So we'll be back. Middle of the second quarter, 7-0 Aggies. They got to try to find a way to convert 3rd and 1.
Even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Get your hands on a grilled cheese burrito, only at Taco Bell. Did you know you can go to libertymutual.com to customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need? Really? I didn't. Okay, I'm on by the only pay for what you need.
You work hard for your money. Stretch days for it. Juggled life for it. Took charge for it. So care for it. Look after it. Invest with the expertise of JP Morgan, either with an advisor or online through Chase. After all, it's yours. Chase, make more of what's yours. I was just a regular high school girl who swapped bodies with a serial killer.
It's right in my face. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. I want my body back.
Come and get it.
Great. We're going to get killed by murder.
You should have stayed. I can't wait to kill you.
Yeah, still waiting for this. Now we're back. I thought that was no, we're not back. I literally thought that was going to be a college football like ad. It might be. Oh, ESPN. Yeah, it definitely is. All right. No, we're okay. I need to stop announcing when the game is coming back on.
Optimum's Altice Mobile now gives you the freedom of choice, starting at just $12 a month per line. It's one plan with 3 data sizes. And you can change your data whenever you like, so you save money, no strings attached. Control you want on a nationwide network starting at just $12.
All right, let's look at some college football scores.
There's no risk and no commitment and no reason not to switch. Cut ties and feel the freedom of Altice Mobile by Optimum. Visit alticemobile.com to learn more.
Let's see if they go back. All right, they're back. So we'll wait till next commercial. 9:13 left in the second quarter. 3rd and 1 at the South Carolina 29-18. Also, it's 10-7 Notre Dame. They're up by a field goal. The Fighting Irish are. There's the call again. 3rd and 1. The people here in Columbia, South Carolina, are on their feet. They are at the South Carolina 14-yard line. Mon spins out of there. Mon looking for a receiver. Doesn't have one. Has to throw the ball. Wide open. Weidemeyer walks in. Touchdown! Aggies! Jalen Weidemeyer. A curl through the defensive line. And it is 13-0. Texas A&M has won the absolutely wild. And Weidemeyer was wide open. A simple walk into the end zone. Kick is up and it is through. Yeah, that's right, South Carolina. It's 14-0. Texas A&M. It's 9:05 left in the second. Here's the play. Play action, big rollout. He's looking for 43. He's not open. Has to throw over the cross of the field. And the touchdown. And the score for Weidemeyer. It's 14-0 Aggies. Commercial. All right, scores. Here we go. University of Pittsburgh clobbers Florida State 41-17. Fresno beats Nevada, Las Vegas 40-27. TCU, Texas Christian, knocks off Texas Tech 34-18. Texas Tech is also the university where Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray went to school before Kyler Murray went to Oklahoma. So that's a very quarterback savvy school. Cliff Kingsbury, the coach of Arizona, also was Murray's coach in Texas Tech and was the coach of a lot of – and Mahomes' coach and was the coach of a lot of great quarterbacks in Texas Tech and was a good NFL quarterback that retired about, I think, 2006. Maryland shocks Penn State. The Nittany Lions, who are a dark horse to try to contend for the championship, are 0-3, so their chance is over. That's just how the season works. Maryland 35, Penn State 19. Mississippi State has a bit of a scare with Vanderbilt, but they win 24-17. University of Minnesota slams Illinois 41-14. Appalachian State beats Texas State 38-17. Southern Mississippi knocks down Northern Alabama 24-13. Boston College ekes out on Syracuse 16-13. Georgia Southern beats Troy by a touchdown 20-13. Northwestern takes down Nebraska 21-13. Memphis just is able to surge ahead of Southern Florida, two of the top teams, South Florida, two of the top teams in their conference. 34-33. University of Lafayette, Louisiana Lafayette beats Arkansas State 27-20 up by a touchdown. Iowa just crushes Michigan State 49-7. Michigan State's second game in 3 games that they were supposed to win. 49-7 the score. And Georgia State 52, Louisiana M, I don't know their whole thing, 34. I'll get back to more scores in a bit. These are all finals anyway, so these games are already over. That will bounce out That I'm not sure where that ball did bounce. I think it bounced touchback. If it went to the 1 and it went out, then they would have given it out to the 50 or whatever. Not the 50. Yeah, they would have given it to the 50, but they said it was a touchback. If you're wondering what's going on right now, those are top military officials. Texas A&M is not an official military school, but a lot of the Army and the Coast Guard that come out of for the United States coming from Texas A&M, and they're like the official military members of A&M, and they lead the fan chants. Throws out, intercepted, A&M right off the hop, and they're gonna get the ball back. Harper picked it off for the Aggies, right over the sideline. The first play from scrimmage, Hill throws over the top, and you think this crowd couldn't get any more silent? You could do about anything here, and you'd hear it. Hill throws right over the sideline and gets intercepted by Harper. So Kellen Mond, the first turnover of the game too, and it belongs to South Carolina. Kellen Mond's going to get the ball at the A&M 42. Great play by Harper, yeah. Able to go up and get that ball. 1:25 left in the first quarter too for the Notre Dame-Clemson game if you want to follow that. Shotgun snap, Mond. Handoff. Spiller made a few men miss, and then he got tackled at the 49. And Spiller just slamming the turf. He's not injured. Not injured, but he felt like he could have gotten for a lot more. But Spiller's been a real workhorse here. He's been really moving the pile. If you remember in that Thursday night game between Green Bay and San Francisco, Green Bay was able to do so well because they were able to run the ball early when the passing game didn't work. Passing game's working, but boy, has A&M become a team, I'm so proud, that can run the ball. Spiller up the middle, first down. He was stopped, and then he surged ahead. And A&M is past the 50 with the second play after the interception. They really did, but they started off with some running plays, and then Aaron Rodgers just got hot, and he threw 4 touchdowns. It's the first game that Aaron Rodgers, he didn't even end the game. I don't think I've ever seen Aaron Rodgers not end a game for a positive reason. They brought in a backup I never even knew they had. And, you never want your backup to see the field, but at that point, it was a pretty good thing for them. Here's Mond, play action fake, throws over the middle, dropped by Weidermeyer. Weidermeyer wants a flag, but that's not a flag. That's really good defense. Like I'm not going to be the most total homer. Like I want A&M to win a lot. I have a lot of passion in this team, but that's not a penalty. Even though it would be nice if that was a penalty, but that's not a penalty. That's fantastic defense. That's J.D. Robinson, one of the best players of this defense for South Carolina. 2nd and 10 at the 47. South Carolina 47. Spiller pushing for some room. Spiller more. And Spiller at, I think they'll get to either the 42 or the 41 of the Gamecocks as Spiller pushing. Spiller will go to the bench. So with him out, they have other backup running backs, but pretty positive this is definitely going to be a pass play. And you're looking for Weidermeyer, but I would look for maybe Lane, someone smaller underneath, because it's not a running play. And that there will definitely be either J.D. Robinson or other double coverage to the side of Weidermeyer. So I would think that A&M will try a small under the flat play, 3rd and 4. What you can't allow is a sack, because if it goes incomplete here, I don't know if they can get a field goal. If they lose any yards, it won't be. Mond runs out of trouble. Mond has to get going. He's going to run for the first down. And now a penalty flag comes flying out of the woodworks. This might be against the offense, though. It might be for an A&M hold. I'm not sure. It is. 3rd and 4 becomes 3rd and 14. So now A&M needs to definitely get a lot of yardage back. Because that would have been a first down, and that would have made the Aggies get about the 30. But now they're down deep. 6:28 left in the second quarter. They're up by 14. I think if you're the Aggies here, you just want to get enough yardage where you can assure yourself that you're in field goal range. You want the first down, but you definitely want something. Pass rush coming. Mond throws over the middle. Caught. Not a first down, but way closer to the first down marker. You know they won't go for it on fourth down, I don't think, but this is legitimate field goal range possibly for the kicker. Don't hate me, but I was always a big fan of Johnny Manziel. Oh, they're going for it. Of Johnny Manziel, the football player who was an idiot off the field, but was an unbelievable player, and I always believed in him. I actually went to his first. I actually saw his first ever touchdown pass in the NFL live when he was a Cleveland Brown. They played the Jets the year the Jets had a fantastic year, one of the 1 years, and he's always been my favorite player, and I wanted to be a fan of the team that he played for. Here's a throw over the top. What a catch by Spiller! Oh, he dropped it. Stanley deflected it. A&M went for it on fourth down, and this might turn it around if A&M does not do something good defensively. South Carolina stands. I was surprised that they went for the play just as Spiller was going down to the ground. He was able to wrestle the ball away from him right in front of the Gamecocks bench. It's a new game. South Carolina is going to get the ball back after they hold on fourth down. So that's what really made me an Aggies fan. Him, and when I watched it, I said, this guy, I'm starting to love the way they played. That's when Mike Evans was with them. And I was like, No, I wasn't going to go to whatever team he wanted to, but I was going to root for him. And yeah, and I got to see. Also, Myles Garrett went to Texas A&M too. Myles Garrett's the only Aggie that's ever went number 1 overall. Von Miller went high too. He went number 2 in the 2011 draft. But Myles Garrett, who I assume you don't like, the defensive end for Cleveland, he went number 1 overall to the Browns a few years ago. He was the first number 1 overall selection from the university. Also, if you watch, I think the Seahawks, or I'm not sure what team has him, but the offensive lineman, Jermaine Afidi, he's an Aggie alum as well. Tannehill as well. Mike Evans as well. And these are just guys in the last 10 years. I think the Chargers punter was like an All-American for Texas A&M too a few years ago. Ellipsis.
We started by making the cloud easier to manage, but we didn't stop there.
I am now reading the scores. All right, let me get back. Where did we end?
No matter what it does, how it changes. And we kept going.
Tulane 38, Eastern Carolina 21, North Carolina 56, Duke 24. So the gigantic rivalry in basketball in college football today, and North Carolina stops Duke. That's also where Daniel Jones played Duke. Liberty 38, Virginia Tech 35. I don't like Tannehill. I'm just saying that he plays for them, and he played for Miami. I never really liked Tannehill. Tannehill actually, you won't believe this, but look it up so you know I'm not lying. Tannehill played receiver for A&M. He didn't play quarterback, but he had an unbelievable combine, and they thought he could be an NFL quarterback, and he is for Miami and Tennessee. No, I've never liked Tannehill, even though he came from the college. My friend Tommy Vivaro, who you've seen, of course, on this, his second favorite team is the Dolphins. He likes Tannehill, obviously, even though Tannehill's now in Tennessee. USC, Southern California, 28. Arizona State 27, that's the final there. Texas 17, West Virginia 13, that's the final there for number 22 ranked. We'll get back to some more scores in a minute as the handoff is stuffed. with 5:12 to go. Interestingly enough, nobody's called timeout in this half. Oh, here's an update between Stanford and Oregon, two great West Coast teams. Oregon 7-0. What a hit by that Oregon runner. Also, if you're wondering, Oregon alums, Justin Herbert, the rookie quarterback, he played for the University of Oregon. He plays for the Chargers. He'll play the Raiders tomorrow. Batted down by the defensive lineman. Volleyball spiked. And that was now has become a 3rd and down. Yeah, I don't like him though. I've never liked him. That's just something about I don't know. But I always love Von Miller and Myles Garrett especially. I was so happy that Von Miller got Super Bowl MVP and he got the trophy. He got all that. I was so happy for him. A&M player to win the Super Bowl. Thrown over and close to the first down. Now he definitely gets it. He'll get past the 50. So A&M has been money on 3rd down defensively, but South Carolina caught them cheating, and they get their first down of the game. Took a long time, but they finally get it. Yeah. But to you, it's probably just as, here's a run back past the 30, close to the 20, 22, South Carolina, Harris. And now this crowd is going nuts. There's a sack. Safety blitz on Hill. Hansford up the middle, and the A&M mojo goes right back. Notre Dame just got up a touchdown, 13-7. They'll be kicking their extra point soon. Yeah, but again, Von Miller, you probably rooted for him just because he was a great player. I rooted for him because he was just a great player, and also because of the college he went from. More so the college. My dad also liked Von Miller, and he loved Peyton Manning. So even though my dad was a Raiders fan, he rooted for Denver in the Super Bowl against Carolina. Not a huge Cam Newton fan for him either. Here's the handoff, and then pushed out of bounds. 2nd and 16, maybe becomes 2nd and 15, and 3rd and 15. It's 3rd down. So the A&M defense holds its own, but the last 3rd down, they were not able to push back. We'll see what happens here. Nice, man. What are your like goals, points, assists? So how's that going? How are your stats? Shotgun snap will get it. Hill, and the pass rush is there. Is the easy throw off the hands now. South Carolina, that was a clean play. Cannot convert. We'll see if they can get points though. They may be able to here, which would make it 14-3. There's no way you scored 4. Did you score 4 goals in 6 minutes? Or did the team score 4 goals in 6 minutes? Both are pretty insane. Oh, okay. I was going to say, that is pretty amazing. But how more of it was you? That's Johan Franzen, 2010 playoffs against San Jose. The kick is up, and it is no good! He hooked it! He hooked it left! South Carolina can't buy any points. It's still 14-0, and the Aggies will take over. Oh, that's awesome. So you had 4 points in 6 minutes. That's great. What a play. South Carolina hooks the kick. I got to go get some water. Actually, no, you know what? I'll finish these. USC 28-27, number 20 over Arizona State. Oklahoma throttles Kansas 62-9. Oklahoma's a title contender though, and Kansas is not very good. Hold on, guys. What?
Introducing the new $10 tastemaker from Pizza Hut. Get any free toppings you want to.
I'll watch it later.
Easy payment of $10. Pizza Hut.
Thank you.
No one out pizzas the Hut. On a heated fan.
Did you press conference? Sorry, guys. Just getting some political news from my parents. Not anything I'm going to really talk about. All goals in that game were the third and ended 6-7. Oh, that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. That's a way to shake confidence. 62. But anyways, I was saying Oklahoma's a title contender. Kansas has never had a great college football team. Southern Methodist, number 18 ranked, beats Temple, Philly school actually, 47-23. Marshall, we are Marshall, takes down Massachusetts 51-10. Oklahoma State beats Kansas State 20-18. Indiana upsets Michigan. Well, technically not upsets, but it kind of was upsets because they're 13th in the nation, but they weren't supposed to be this good. 38-21. Cincinnati, number 6, takes down Houston 38-10. Probably a team not going to have no losses, but end up not in the playoff. Florida, that's the big game I was telling you about, the SEC East and the divisions and everything. 44-28 over Georgia. The last game, two of the last games that have not kicked off yet, New Mexico and Hawaii. That'll start at 11 p.m. Eastern time, so I believe 8 p.m. your time. At 10:30, 7:30 your time, Washington State will play Oregon State. That game hasn't kicked off. Here are the games going on. Tennessee versus Arkansas, 10-0 Volunteers. 5:46 left in the second. Colorado 35. Central Los Angeles 7. California, Los Angeles 7. FAU, Florida Atlantic 3. Western Kentucky, nothing. 8:51 in the third for that one. 5:46 in the second for Colorado. And California, LA, Los Angeles. Tennessee, Arkansas, 10-0. That game is 10:23 into the second. 6:40 left in the second. Baylor, 21. They are upsetting Iowa State at Iowa State. 21-7. 17-7. The 17th ranked team. Coastal Carolina, 15th in the nation, 7. Southern Alabama, nothing. Oregon, 7. Stanford, 7 at the end of the first quarter. Number 12 ranked Oregon. This game, obviously, 14-3 Ohio State over Rutgers at home, and 13-7 Notre Dame over Clemson. 10:38 in the second for Notre Dame and Clemson. 13:59 in the second for Ohio State Rutgers. 3:05 in the second for this game. All right, good luck. Good luck on Monday. Kellen Mond, shotgun snap, handoff, Spiller, nowhere. Stacked down before he fell down. I will not be streaming any more games, even though there are games after this. I'll have some homework. Have to work on, but not too much else. Really, there's some other great games, but I'll see you obviously on Monday. Next stream will be on Monday. Monday Night Football between. God, I have no idea. I should know. Here's a pass over the middle lane. Lane is short of the first down. You like that? Oh, yeah, New England, New York Jets. Yep. That one of those bad games. That's the game I'll be streaming. That'll be Monday. And then Thursday will actually be the team probably, for direction and advantage of the AFC South. Not Houston, but Indianapolis and Tennessee. That'll be Thursday. Obviously, the Wednesday stream as well. Handoff, Spiller. Spiller past the 50. Spiller to the 40. Spiller to the 30. To the 20. To the 10. To the 15. To the 15. And 15. He fell down at the 15-yard line. Lost the ball, but he was down. No, he did get to the 10. His Spiller is down, and this isn't good. Oh, no. Oh, he's up again. He's up again. The trainer came back, but Spiller was fine. He did get... Or no, not the 10. He tried for the fumble, never got there, and was thrown down at like the 12, and then he lost the ball at the 11, but he was clearly down. They're showing how they really tried to go get him, and then they did. And so Spiller takes the seat, as he should, to kind of get a rest here. 1:10 left. Texas A&M is going to have the ball at the 13. Fakes the handoff. Mond has to get it loose. He'll throw it out of bounds. Good decision. Not a la Daniel Jones. Decides to throw the ball out. Kellen Mond will be drafted by some team this year. He in the NFL. He's not that great of a quarterback. He's been showing great things this year, but he's not the greatest quarterback in the world. I don't think he's a starter in the NFL. I just don't. But he will definitely be drafted by some team later in the draft. He has some of the intangibles. He's a smarter guy, and he usually will take care of the football. As he's matured, he's gotten better and better at that. He's definitely a guy you could be happy with the ball in his hands. Here's a handoff over the middle, and 2nd and 10 will become probably around 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4. They give him the 6-yard gain, not a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 4 in the red zone. A&M has to get to the South Carolina 3. They got the receiver out there, Weidermeyer, acts like the tight end, probably what he'd play in the NFL. They go for a blocking play now. Mond out there, throwing over the middle, Weidermeyer, touchdown! His 2nd ever touchdown, and Jalen Weidermeyer ties a dual record with Johnny Manziel. It's DeLon Johnson for the most passing touchdowns in college football history with 67. And there are a few games to go, and the whole half to go. And it's 20-0. Aggies. 3 touchdown passes. By Mond in the first half. And the second one to Weidermeyer. The Aggies will take a 21-0 lead in this game. Just the throw over the middle. They faced 3rd down again, and they got the walk-in touchdown. This one's a little more difficult, but they're just playing with South Carolina right now. This is big time. The crowd's booing. It doesn't matter. It's Aggie time. 21-0. Also, A&M's had some rough years. Usually, no, this is a good year. Usually, you want to be undefeated in the year. This is a type of college football. You want to be undefeated. You don't really want to have any losses. But they lost to what I believe, they're number 2 in the nation, but what I believe is arguably the best team in all of college football, strung down at the 15. They lost to arguably the best team in college football in Alabama, who wins the championship almost every year. So I'm just very happy that they're having a good year. And just, there's 10 seconds left in the first half. So South Carolina will either make one play or take a knee. A&M's also getting the ball in the second half. The handoff is stuffed by the defense, and the half is over in Columbia. Here reign the boos as A&M celebrates past midfield. Probably shouldn't do that, but doesn't matter. Texas A&M is going to take a 21-0 lead to halftime, and they're going to get the ball. 67 career touchdowns for Kellen Mond, including catching the record tire by Weidermeyer, telling the crowd to shush. And A&M and Kellen Mond will have a chance to break the record of most touchdown passes ever in the career, in the franchise. the college history of it in the second half. 21-0 A&M at the half. I will not do any other college football games just because they'll have highlights back and forth, just because I don't want to miss the start of the half. So I'll just stay here and look at some highlights. I'm going to get some water, guys. I'll be back.
Yeah, they're better than incomplete passes. All right, well, Joey is producing the program now. Some other games to get to. We've got the Pac-12 returning to action. Everybody knows there's an early game. Kegs and eggs at the Coliseum. We'll have that coming up later. Plus Florida, Georgia coming up in a big game to decide the SEC East. And it appears it is now going through games. That's more our one highlight block coming up next on the Nissan halftime report.
Dear Maria, though we're far apart, thanks to this Dos Equis branded safe switch social distancing cooler, which keeps us at a safe distance while also keeping our beer ice cold. I hope you're well.
Dear Chris, thanks for your letter. I like your haircut.
Pretty fresh, huh? Chris Bauer here, Dos Equis' new 4x4 commentator, and this is unprecedented. Watch him stand tall in the pocket. He's looking for cheers over the middle, and he makes the connection. Touch beer. Truly stunning athleticism. Dos Equis, the most interesting beer.
So with AT&T, you can pick the perfect plan for each family member with the features they want, like HBO Max. What's that? Happens every time I say HBO Max. Cool. HBO Max.
Can you read? It's not complicated. Now you can save more with AT&T wireless plans and get things your way with features like HBO Max included.
I'm back for halftime. Let me get the scores right now.
On-demand glucose monitor, because they're always on. Another life-changing technology from Apple. So you don't wait for life. You live it.
We're all spending more time in our own space, so why not own it? Browse Enterprise Sales wide selection of quality pre-owned vehicles.
Oh, so I forgot to ask you, Josh, if you're still here.
When you're ready, we're ready.
I just ran over it. I have no idea. Yeah. Here's the question. I had no idea why. I was watching TV. I skipped over it like a big time ago, but I don't know what you meant by "Don't worry, I'm not Kirk Cousins." I don't remember the context if you don't mind, because I don't remember saying you like that. 20-10 Notre Dame with 5:53 left in the second. They're running over Clemson as I thought they would. It's still 14-3 in favor of Ohio State with 10:15 left in the second. 12-22 in the second. Still 7-7 Oregon. And oh wow, great play by Rutgers here. Also, if you're watching the highlights right now, Josh, if you're watching the highlights right now with Ohio State and Rutgers, just so you know, the team in white is the team that whose college is about 30 minutes away from my house, and about 10 minutes away from my college. So that's they're not playing there; they're playing in Ohio. But that team in white was the one that was is the local team. Then this is the big one where I was telling you the 8-5. The fact that Florida in white won was really big, helping the Texas A&M. It was helpful that they won to kind of devalue the division and devalue Georgia, which helps A&M. A&M does not play Georgia this year. I don't know if Georgia plays Alabama this year. I don't know the whole thing on that. Georgia also has a new quarterback, which they haven't had in a few years. So that's a little bit interesting. That's insane. That's insane. Virginia Tech, just so you know, Liberty is ranked. I'm watching that right now. Oh, yes. Oh, without a doubt. Oh, without a doubt. There are people in college football that will tell you that some of their big rivalries are nastier than Boston, Montreal, than Yankees, Red Sox, than Giants, Eagles, than Canucks, Calgary, Canucks, Edmonton. Yeah, without a doubt. College football has some very nasty rivalries. Auburn, Alabama, I believe, is the worst. They're both schools in Alabama. They hated each other. There was also some weird instances where they have a tree where an Auburn tree for Auburn University where an Alabama fan put chemicals down the tree to kill it. It's weird. It gets horrible. Very, very nasty rivalries. Teams hate each other. Michigan, Ohio State is another big rivalry to the point where when Michigan fans talk about Ohio State, they refer to that team down south, vice versa for Ohio State to Michigan, the team up north. They're huge rivals. A&M used to be rivals with the University of Texas, but we haven't played Texas in 8 years. So we have a pretty big rivalry with LSU, Louisiana State, and University of Alabama. University of California and Stanford is another one. Oregon and Oregon State is another one. There's some Michigan State is another one. I would say so, but Yankees Red Sox is pretty crazy. Yeah, that is a huge one, but okay, that's fair. And you have to also remember that you live in a country that's religion is hockey, and I live in a country at a specific area, specifically New York. Frankly, because the Giants and the Jets are bad, New York, frankly, right now is really concerned more, especially when you listen to the radio and the TV, in baseball. So it's baseball first. So no one near here would ever venture to say Montreal-Boston is a bigger rivalry than the Yankees and the Red Sox. Depends on where you're from. I don't know. I really don't know which I would pick. It's really close for me. It's really close. But those are some of the rivalries from college football. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. There's a lot of just vicious rivalries. Georgia, Florida is another one. Clemson and South Carolina are another one. Clemson is actually in the same state as South Carolina. They're in different towns, though. So, yeah, there are vicious rivalries. Without a doubt. Florida State's another one. Arizona State. Oh my! I had no idea how many there were. Notre Dame, Michigan, Notre Dame, Stanford. They're showing this game, as I told you, the final score. USC won, but that's an offside. It should never. Yeah, recovering an onside kick. You never hear that in football, unless it's Atlanta versus the Cowboys. Yeah, so here you go so you can understand. Indiana is ranked number 13, but they're not favored against Michigan. Michigan's one of the top teams in the conference. They've always been good. They usually are a good team. Also, their coach is Jim Harbaugh, Michigan. They're very good at recruiting players from high school. They're a really good football team, but they just got throttled by Indiana. So just so you know, again, they're ranked higher, but they were not looked to win. Also, this is the same team that this is the same team that last week, if you remember, beat Penn State by a 2-point conversion. Yeah, he is. But yeah, the Indiana, that team you saw, that was the one that won in overtime with the 2-point conversion over Penn State, if you remember. Also, they when I said Penn State was 0-3, they were 0-2, not 0-3. Uh, 2-10 in the second, 10-0 Tennessee over Arkansas. UCLA got a touchdown before the half. California, Los Angeles. So it's 35-14, not 35-7 Colorado now. End of the third quarter. We're still tied at 3 between Florida Atlantic and Western Kentucky. Halftime between Baylor and Iowa State. Baylor 21, Iowa State 10. Oh, hair. 14-3, Coastal Carolina 14, Southern Alabama 3, 14:08 left in the second, 8:23 left in the second, Oregon 7, Stanford 7. This game, obviously, 8:16 left in the second quarter. Ohio State scored another touchdown. It's 21-3 over Rutgers, and 2:46 left in the second. Notre Dame 20, Clemson 10.
Smooth driving pays off. With Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you save. You've never been in better hands. Allstate, make a call for a quote today.
Taco Bell's grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and delicious 3-cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Get your hands on a grilled cheese burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Who's playing? Does it matter?
Still waiting for this half to come back. Probably the second half. It should be at that point. So.
Our passion drives us. Our traditions unite us. And generations of values have changed the world. Forged in gold, we stand.
Yeah, you'll see this. They have the South Carolina commercial, and now they have an A&M commercial. They do that for the colleges and the conference. You saw an SEC commercial. They do that for the conferences and for the teams that are playing. They buy space for the ads. Because they're What do you mean? Why would there be two teams in? Well, they're colleges. They're universities. There are various universities in Oregon. Oregon itself probably has at least 100 universities. Only colleges and universities. Only a few schools that are in the Division I, that are in the top division, and they're just two schools in different areas, and they're also not young schools. They're older schools, both who won national championships. I think they won some more recent ones, but both who had national championships that they won in the 1940s. So they've been playing college football for a long time. Yeah, they're showing you some games that I already told you the final of. Yeah, sometimes you'll see stuff like, players aren't getting paid, and they can't sign this player, and they won't trade for this player, and it's confusing. And then you just have to remind yourself with the teams that they're also schools. When you remind yourself that they are schools and colleges are schools, then it makes a little bit more sense. There's just so much money in it that it's confusing. Yeah, I believe they're talking about A&M possibly getting to the playoff, which I told you are the top 4 teams in the country. Usually you have to win your conference to get in. If A&M doesn't, they probably won't get in. But if A&M doesn't win the SEC, meaning that Alabama doesn't lose, it only loses one game, or A&M loses a bunch more, or loses none, or whatever, A&M could still get in. But to get in, they would need a lot more to go their way. They play in the most difficult, strongest conference in all of college football. If they win their conference, they're definitely in. But if they don't, they would need a lot of stuff to happen in the other conferences, namely the ACC and the Big Ten, which are other conferences around the country. Big Ten is like Midwest, also where my local team plays, where the local team plays Rutgers, and ACC is the Atlantic. It's Atlantic Coastal Division. It's like East Coast, but it's Virginia South East Coast. You got the Floridian teams, you got the Carolinas, all that. See, now this is a commercial right here, if you're watching the same than I am, for the conference. So they have the 2 schools in the conference. Because they both are money-making devices, even though they're, again, schools. How many conferences are there? In Division I, I think there's around 10 or 11, but there's really only 5 that mean anything. I think 5, maybe less. ACC, Big Ten, SEC, Pac-12. Yeah, there's only 5. There's about 10 conferences in all of college football in Division I FBS. Don't even ask about that. It's a whole other thing. But there's 5 main conferences that are really going to have that their team is going to make the playoff. That their team is going to have a chance, and that's the Big Ten, which is the Midwest, that's Michigan. That's NCAA. The college organization has different divisions for their sports teams. And they're like the most competitive. They're the strongest conferences, schools. So that's division. You got Division I, Division II, Division III, and I think there's a Division IV. My school, not A&M, but my school that I go to, Montclair State, is Division III. Then there's another conference in Division I. If this doesn't make this college football people. This makes less sense to college football people as well. So if you don't get it, it's fine. There's 2 split divisions in football, not basketball, in football only. So the only sport it is in Division I called. Also, if you're wondering, the NCAA is the National Collegiate Conference Association, I believe it's called. So that's like sports for colleges. There's 2 divisions called the FBS and the FCS. Just so you know, the FCS is a lot like the minor college leagues. There's real colleges that are good colleges in other sports, like Villanova and James Madison, but they're in the FCS, meaning they can't contend for the national championship, and they're looked as lower football. Then you get the FBS, the only thing you have to worry about, which is the top schools in the country. You got 5 conferences: the Big Ten, which is the Midwest, the Big 12, which is they're playing a sandstorm, which you might hear later. The Big 12, which is like the Southwest, Texas, Oklahoma, that stuff. The SEC, which is the South, like Texas, like other schools in Texas, South Carolina, Louisiana State, Alabama, Mississippi. My conference. You got the ACC, which is the Atlantic Coast, Florida, Carolina, some of the other schools as this is underway, and fair caught at the 4 by A&M. And then the final one is the Pac-12, which is the West Coast, Oregon, all the Californian teams, Arizona, that stuff. So if that made any sense, I hope it did. College football has a lot of levels, which is why it's quite confusing, especially to people outside of the country who don't understand it. But college football is such a big thing in the United States, especially not where I am, especially in the South and in the West, that it makes sense to a lot of other people. And that's okay. It's a little hard to explain. You kind of have to see it more. You'd have to watch a lot more college games. There's college football games, as that's a gain of 1. There's college football games every Saturday, a few different games on ESPN. So if you ever want to watch, there will always be college football games on ESPN. So if you ever want to kind of get into it, the best way, if you don't understand some of the verbiage, the best way is to just watch. And the more you watch, the more you'll understand. Second and 10. They said that he had no gain on the play. Kellen Mond, shotgun snap, throw over the middle, throw over the top behind Spiller. Spiller broke a tackle. Spiller past the 50. Spiller past the 40, down at the 38. Spiller grabbing his leg, but he should be good. Oh, no. Maybe he tweaked it. He's been running a lot, and he's been really feeling it on this leg. He's got to be okay because he's been so good for this team. We'll see where he lands. He was kind of pushing his way through as he lands. Well, it's not great, but it's not the worst landing. As he missed a tackle, and he kind of stepped wrong, but it was a big gain for A&M. We'll see how Spiller does not have a lot of weight in that foot. That's scary. He's a sophomore. 2 receptions are 46 yards, 18 rush. This guy's unbelievable, and he needs to be okay for A&M. He's been a catalyst, but there's nothing else you can do there. He plays his position. They got A-Jane instead of Spiller now. Hand off to A-Jane. A-Jane pushing for some more yards. He got 5. It's 2nd and 5.
He raved about it. They love this young man. You talked earlier, Jonesy, about the speed, the track speed. But Jimbo Fisher was quick to point out he's a football player that runs track, not a track guy. What do you got against track guys? I got nothing against track guys, but you would agree, yes, there's a distinct difference between the two. Ran a 20.4, 200 meters.
20.4, 200 meters. That's really good. And I ran track, so I should know. Shotgun snap, talking about A.J. the running back. Shotgun snap, under pressure, throws over the middle. Short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short. But Jones was able to play the power play, basically in a football direction of that, saying, and get in front of the first down marker. And it's 3rd and 1. It's A.J. here as they're 6 of 10 of first downs and not the guy that went off, Spiller. which isn't the best, but A.J.'s still a very good running back, a power runner too, even though he's very fast. Has to get the snap off. They will. Mond, A.J. evades a tackle. A.J. evades another tackle, and then got hammered past the first down marker. The Aggies pick it up. Pick it up too, close to where Pickens was. Just kind of funny why the words came out that way, but A.J.'s not specifically a downhill runner, but he made 2 fakes, which he needed to make. And he had enough mojo there to pick up the first down, and now the Aggies will have the ball at around the 30, might be at the 29.
Very similar story tonight as what we saw last year in College Station.
Kellen Mond gives it to A.J. A.J. up the middle. A.J. broke a tackle. A.J. breaking more tackles. A.J. pushing Gamecocks to the 15. First down, Aggies. Spiller's fantastic, but so is A.J. He went to the left, and he cut up the middle. 55 made a good block for A&M. He really did. This offensive line is something else. A.J. as well. Also, Sam Darnold's not playing on Monday against New England. It'll be Joe Flacco. Oh, see how that goes. Actually, might really be good for New York as Kellen Mond fakes the pitch. Kellen Mond's going to run it in. Touchdown, Aggies. He won't get a passing touchdown, which would break the record, but he will get a rushing touchdown, a 15-yard rushing touchdown for Kellen Mond. It's 27-0. See that read option fake? That's the read option the NFL used to run so many times. They got it from college. Bell keeps it, and Kellen Mond keeps it, and scores. And this is the 4th touchdown of the night. Kellen Mond has 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. I mean, it's not Lamar Jackson in Louisville before he went to Baltimore, but it's very good. What a night for him. No turnovers. And even the defense has also turned over the ball. Oh, A&M. So Mond helps this A&M team right up there. 28. Wait, did he make the kick? I missed it. Did he make it? Oh, here's the kick. Oh, that's why. We missed we did not have it. Here's the extra point. He hit the crossbar. He hit the crossbar and it went out. Oh, no. It does not become 28-0. Extra point hits the crossbar. And it goes out, but it's still 27-0 Aggies.
You're going to find yourself where you need to be. The race is never over. The journey has no port. The adventure never ends because we are always on the way.
Yeah, so that is... Yeah, still blowout. 28-0 would have been a little better, but still a blowout. They're up by 27. They've also, A&M has a history of great special teams players and kickers and punters specifically punters, although they've had fantastic kickers as well. So that was a bit of a surprise. Kickers are usually automatic because they don't want long kicks usually in college. And the kicks that go long are usually by place kickers that just have insanely lucky God-given legs to kick footballs up the goalpost through the uprights. So that was a bit of a shock. I believe the spot is at the same spot it is in the NFL extra point as well. It might be a little closer. So that was shocking. But still, you're right, yeah. They come away with the touchdown. Kellen Mond has just been insane. Although the running backs have been really good too.
What you're made of, we're made for. This isn't our first one. And sure, some renovations can require some compromise, but here's no settler. We get to fulfill your vision and get in-stock products at budget-friendly prices all in one trip. It's a win-win. Explore Floor & Decor in person or online. I spent 9 years in and out of the person system. Companies didn't want to take a chance on someone with a history like mine. But within 3 to 4 days, searching on Indeed, I was offered the job. They gave me an opportunity to leave.
So we will wait for
Joseph, that's why it took me so long to add lemon pepper sauce.
this.
Ever grow a lemon tree, Joseph? Ever blended spices? Do you even know where peppercorns come from? Trick question. Nobody does. Buttery, savory lemon pepper, one of 4 new sauces in Buffalo Wild Wings.
Georgia. Georgia. College football playoff lives on ESPN.
So A&M will now kick off to South Carolina. Also, next break, I will give you some updates on scores around college football today. To the back of the end zone and out. Now, so it'll be a touchback. South Carolina will get the ball at the 25. And you see the numbers, Tebow, Prescott, Manziel, and 67 and 19 just. There's the throw over the top, and there's the penalty flag that, I mean, I'm rooting for A&M, but that should have gone. I mean, Muse got knocked down. Muse wasn't looking for the ball. I mean, he was looking for the ball. The defender wasn't looking for the ball. The defender was just looking to clock a player. So this should be a penalty against A&M, which will help South Carolina because they're in a funk right now with 11 minutes left in the third. Wow, no foul for pass interference. A&M got away with something. That's great. It's second down. And you're in the booth for some more because South Carolina, A&M got away with something there. That to me is not – that's a penalty. And A&M was very fortunate to not get away with that. And there's just a crush behind the line on Harris, and just after that, just like that, it's third down.
Up front by this Aggies defensive line, yet another third and long situation in place South Carolina did not want to be in tonight. They flipped it.
3rd and 12. They're going to fake it up the middle. Then Hill going to throw over the top. He's got a man who went backwards, but it still should be a first down to Smith. So Hill just athletically went up, pushed the ball in, and Smith got the pass. And Smith, 5 targets, 3 receptions for 30 yards. That's his first for a first down. Hill will get dropped down as well. And that's Brown, who took him down as well.
Both get home to Colin Hill. Bobby Brown walks it back to the quarterback, and Leal Johnson finish him off. What the old wrecking through defense. Memories being evoked by the performance of this year's group. Bob Davie was defensive coordinator at Texas A&M.
Here's the handoff. 2nd and 13. We'll get a few more yards. Harris again, but becomes third down again. So it happened the last time. One of the last drives before the 3-and-out where South Carolina got a big first down, and then eventually they stood third down. It was in the red zone, although they had a chance before that. It was the same opportunity in the red zone, and they just dropped back and denied it. There's a catch. That'll be a first down. 1 foot is all that's needed in college, and I think he might have gotten 2 anyway, right in front of the Aggie bench. There's the catch. There's the 1 foot, and that was not an NFL catch, but it will be a catch that will count here in the SEC. 8:27 left in the third quarter. Here's a handoff to Harris. Harris spins. Harris pushes off a few. And now he will get for about a 6-yard gain to make it 2nd and 4. Gives it to Harris. Harris is brought down at the Texas A&M 49. So with 7:46 left in the third, it's third down again. Although South Carolina has been better at third down. 3rd and 3 is the count. Colin Hill will get the shotgun snap. He's pressured. He throws off the hands. No penalty flag, but the crowd will boo as Fenwick is told to go back on the field because they're going for it. I was wondering why Fenwick was being waved back on. Fenwick thought that his team would punt, but they're going for it. Hill will step in, throw over the middle, block, tipped, intercepted down at the 50. He'll get it to the 45. Now gets to the other side of the 50, spins to the 47 of South Carolina. A&M comes up with a turnover on 4th down, not a turnover on downs, but a tipped pick. The second interception thrown by Hill in this game. And A&M will get the ball at the Gamecock 48. 2 tips. An interception by O'Neal Jr. He had a big sack earlier in the first half. He's got an interception, and the A&M Aggies are getting the ball in South Carolina territory. They lead by 27. All right, so here we go for these games going on right now. Tennessee 13, Arkansas nothing at the halftime. Colorado 35, UCLA 14 at halftime. 11:34 in the fourth, Western Kentucky 3, Florida Atlantic 3. Baylor 24, Iowa State 17, 11-11 left in the third quarter. 3:17 left in the second quarter. Coastal Carolina 14, Southern Alabama 6. Oregon 14, Stanford 7. So Oregon has the lead. Ohio State scored another touchdown, 28-3 over Rutgers with 1:49 left in the second. They're nearing halftime there. And Clemson and Notre Dame is up by halftime. Notre Dame got a field goal to go up 20 to score 23 points, but Clemson got a field goal, so it's 23-13 in favor of the Fighting Irish, back up by 10. They're showing some NFL stuff on like the news. That is going to be interesting, man, to see Baltimore and Indianapolis, specifically how Indianapolis plays, because the Colts have a game on Thursday, too, so they've got a short week. So we'll see how that game goes, Baltimore and the Colts. The former Baltimore team against the current Baltimore team. The one that was moved in the dead of night to Baltimore. The one that was moved in the dead of night from Baltimore to the one that was moved from the dead of night from Cleveland to Baltimore. Kellen Mond has not lost a game. It's just 3-0. And Kellen Mond has been just all world. And we'll see if he can break the record.
Continuing in the positive direction for senior.
869 passing yards, 998 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. You can see the statistics against this South Carolina football team. 7:04 left in the third quarter, of course. Mond has room. Mond will air it out. Wide open to the 20, to the 10, 68. There you go. There's the record. Kellen Mond is the all-time leader in touchdowns tossed in Texas A&M Aggie football history. Kellen Mond. He gets the head slap on the helmet. I don't know if he knows, but Texas A&M is up 33-0 extra point. This one is true, thank goodness. They're up 34-0. And he is now, of course, as I said, the leading touchdown passer in Texas A&M history. What an accomplishment. Not hard. It's not easy to do. So he does it. A throw over the middle past 35, and when he got to 35, there was nobody. It was Alshani, a running back again. That was why. He was open in the flat, so he throws to the backup running back, and he gets wide open, and it's 34-0. This is incredible. This is going to help your chance to move up from number 7 to closer to the top 5 and the top 4 in the country. Now you get real competition, though, at the top 5. You're going to get real competition of teams. You're going to have to really win just all of these games to get in, and you need some help. But it's just unbelievable. South Carolina is not a bad team. They're 2-3, but they're not a bad team. And they have just gone crazy against this South Carolina team, A&M. Spiller's back there. He's getting ready to play. He'll be able to get back on the field. It's not serious once A&M gets the ball back. South Carolina now. The handoff. Harris was dumped. So you said, Josh, if you're still here, you said 27-0 was blowout-ish. How about 34-0? A&M was expected to win, but this is incredible. Second and 11. Hill, pressured, throws low, and they will call this a completion, and it will be 3rd down. Had to go to his fullback, which is where he went, who actually did a manageable job, a serviceable job. Yeah. I'm not trying to be the guy that's like, are you here? Are you here? I'm not trying to be that guy. I was just making sure so my comment didn't reach deaf ears because it was specifically had to do with you. I don't want to seem like that guy at all. I just really care about my viewers and everything. Throwing down there, 3 and out is here. Tackled to the ground, Muse, and it's 4th down. They will go for the punt team. And they rain the stadium with boos. And if you're a Texas A&M supporter like myself, yeah, I didn't want to see that guy at all. I hope he didn't get that feeling. Yeah. Here is the punt. Fair caught at the 20. Yeah. I don't want to seem like that guy. I was just making sure. Specifically that there are less viewers here anyway. I wanted to make sure. So, anyway, 5:03 left in the third. We're going to commercial. A&M forced a 3 and out. So they'll get the ball back. But as I was saying, the boos chorusing in are actually a really good really good thing for the for A&M supporters. Like, oh, like they're booing. It means we're doing great.
This is Andy, National Financial Consultant. Here's Andy, listening to my goals and making plans. This is us talking about smart investing, managing risk, and all the ways Schwab can help me invest. This is Andy reminding me how I can keep my investing costs low and that there's no fee to work with them. Here's the learning that Schwab satisfaction guarantee. Accountability. I like it. So yeah, Andy and I made a good plan. Find your own Andy at Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management. Hi.
Happy anniversary.
What?
Every year you're with us, you get $50 toward your home deductible. It's a policy perk for being a farmer's customer.
Do I have to do anything?
Nothing.
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 Nothing?
Nothing.
That really is something.
You get a whole lot of something with farmer's policy perks. See it.
May I have a balloon too?
Your parents have maintained a farmer's home policy for 12 consecutive months, right? We are farmers.
Okay, so we'll wait for
1-800 farmers. Chris Fowler here, Dos Equis new
this to come back.
Wax the patience of Bubble 99. He waits for a hole between the refreshing bubble, turns on the gas, and takes it all the way to the food zone. You cannot believe what I've seen. Dos Equis, the most interesting beer. When you're ready for Chipotle, the Chipotle app is ready for you. Get all your favorites, fast, fresh, and with complete customization. So it's made exactly how you like it. With the Chipotle app,
Oh, I didn't know this.
order now, contact us.
Ryan Strome actually agreed to a 2-year, $9 million deal. Yeah, that's too much in my opinion. That Ryan Strome signing. I just looked at it for the Rangers. He gets about $4.5 million a year for New York. What is your thought, Josh? If you have any, you don't have to, but if you have any, what's your thought on the Ryan Strome deal? I think that's too much for the guy. He's very manageable. He fits well with the third line, and he's an experienced guy, kind of like with Brendan Smith, of course, too, that can help, tutor these young players. But I don't know. That's a little too much for me. That's a little too much money. Yeah. I saw that the same thing happened last week with the Carolina made a signing. Oh, Brendan Lemieux also got re-signed by the Rangers as well. $3.1 million to the Rangers for 2 years. That I like, though. I actually like that deal. It is a little pricey for him now, but I actually like that because I think he is worth it. I like the way he plays hockey, and I think he's going to be a more valuable player, one of those guys that just gets it done. Well, Strome does as well, but Lemieux is just – I really like Lemieux. Gavrikov as well was a signing. That happened a few days ago, though. Here's the delayed handoff. Pushing close to the 25. He never got there. It'll be second down. That's not a trademark TM. You can call them that. In fact, I'd rather you call them that so it could be reached out and people could hear it more. so we can make it a trademark TM. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Oh, Nyquist is out 5 to 6 months. I actually heard that happen, but I'll look up the signing I was going to tell you about. Here's a run to the first down marker. Don't know if he got there, but he definitely got close. It's third down. He never got to the marker, as you can hear from the coin. 3:58 left. They push up the middle. And wait, it was a first down. They announced it was a third and one. Now they show it because they snapped the ball. They announced it was a third down. The coin was going, but once they snapped the ball, I saw the first down marker on TV way yards away. So they actually gave them the first down. So they'll replay the play, and it'll be first down now. And they went quick up the line to kind of force their way through, and they probably would have gotten the first down anyway.
They all bought in, and they're preparing at a championship level, and it's being reflected on the field each and every Saturday.
Mond gives it handoff for 2, and then nothing. 3:13 left, as it was Akane who lost a shoe, lost a cleat, but he was able to get a few yards. I'm just trying to figure out the guy that they signed because I actually was on the radio show. I don't know if you heard, if you've been listening to our radio show on iHeartRadio, but I actually talked about it on last Monday on the show. On Sunday, of course, the signing that they made. And here's a screen throw to Smith, who breaks for a bunch, and it'll be 3rd and short. Warren Fogle. It was a re-signing. I think they gave him about 3.5 for 2 years or something, and I didn't like the amount of money. And I had a discussion with it. I thought that was another one where he was given a little bit too much. Yeah, I don't know if you're doing anything this Monday, but same thing every Monday. Yeah, same thing every Monday. Next semester, we will probably be able to do the show live, where we'll be talking the same time that the show will be aired. So you'll be able to hear it. I'd like to do it in the evening. So if we can get the college to let us do it at 7 p.m. Eastern, then you could definitely probably listen at 4 Pacific too. I mean, I'm not pushing you to listen to it. I'm just saying that really sounded like I was pushing, but I'm not. I'm just saying it would be better for us too. I'd rather do it at evening anyway, just for me in general. So we'll see when next semester, but next semester we'll definitely probably be able to be able to be in the station the same time that it's aired. As this is a screen to Arshaney, who's going to break a tackle, who's going to get past the 50, going to go to the 40 and get knocked out at about the 39-yard line of South Carolina. It's not tomorrow, though. That's the thing, though. It's not tomorrow because remember, we record it at night, but it airs on Monday. But next semester, when we record it, it's going to be – we won't record it. We'll be in the station live. Okay, so that'll be Monday. Yeah, but next spring, around like January, we'll be able to be in the station and do stuff that, which is very exciting. 1st and 10. Mon delayed handoff. Ashiny broke tackles, broke another one, gets to the 35.
Four fingers to the sky. And it's been all Texas A&M. They're in College Station, feeling the vibe. They're canceling it right now. Because they got a quarterback who's been picture perfect in the defense by the Buffalo Picks tonight.
They're showing these great plays. The A&M's just been crazy all day here. And they're going to commercial, but late in the third quarter, all Aggies. Actually, it might be the end of the fourth quarter. I did not check.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating.
No, there's 1:10 left in the third. All right, 12:15 left in the third quarter. Clemson got a field goal. It's now 23-16. That makes it a 7-point game, one touchdown game. Clemson trails. 23-16 Notre Dame. Ohio State 28, Rutgers 3, a minute 49 left in the second. That's still?
It's been a grind, but I think I've aged too well.
Yeah.
Someone said,
Oh, it is the end of the third quarter. Something's going on with the Rutgers game. I don't know why. It is actually the end of the third quarter. I got that wrong. So, fourth quarter, final quarter coming up. Halftime still between Stanford and Oregon. Oregon 14, Stanford 7. Coastal Carolina 17, Southern Alabama 6. Iowa State 24, Baylor 24. Iowa State has come back. How about that? 5:49 in the third. And then UCLA and Colorado 35-14. That's still at halftime. Tennessee and Arkansas. Tennessee leads 13-7, 7:35 in the third quarter. And then the closest game to ending, 11:34 left in the fourth quarter. Western Kentucky, Florida Atlantic 3-3. They're not great teams, but I didn't expect 3-3. Okay, so that's. Oh, so you have two different shifts. Oh, that's a little weird. I mean, I'm not judging her. That's interesting. Okay.
From the brand of more 2020 IIHS Top Safety Awards to Honda, Toyota, or Nissan. Feeling safe. It's better than Hyundai.
Oh, and that explains why.
We believe life's extraordinary experience.
That explains why you usually are there for most of the first half of the Thursday night games and the Monday night games, but you miss the end of the quarters because you're working, and 9:45 for you is 12:45 for me. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I didn't realize that, obviously. So yeah, pretty cool. So hopefully you enjoy. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy work. Obviously, I mean, no one really enjoys work, but there are parts sometimes at work where you go, "Hey, that wasn't a bad day. It was actually kind of fun." So hopefully you're enjoying the most that you can, and then of course enjoying your paycheck, because that's the best part. I work, I get it.
you're watching the SEC on ESPN. Welcome back to ESPN College Football.
Oh, you get to do online work?
Station 5.
So what about the 20th? Do you not do online work after the 20th? And Root by Sandstorm will play as. That's the funny thing about that song. It's been a real cult classic, a great song, but especially for this South Carolina team. And I actually incorporated it pretty much with with South Carolina and the goal horn and everything. But they'll have to wait to see if they score a touchdown in this game to hear it. If they're not doing anything close to that, A&M is pushing the pace here past the 30 with 14:53 left, and that will be a first down.
South Carolina. Hall of Fame women's basketball coach on campus here at the University of South Carolina in Columbia. The team probably would have won it all this year. They've been able to finish the season.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm keeping it local.
So I guess you would go back there Oh, that's why you said the 20th. Oh, that makes sense. You work there normally, like it's open, but now you're not working there because they locked down the building or quarantine. What, 2 weeks? I guess. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Mon shotgun gives to a Shaney who pushes a few Gamecocks forward, and he'll be at, I want to say, the 23-yard line.
Guys, don't forget to check out the Target Commandments and broadcast of this game on ESPN.
4 touchdowns thrown by Kellen Mond, and he's looking for more. Also had that touchdown rush. He's been involved with everything. Yeah, thank God. Obviously, absolutely. I took a test before I went on campus and tested about a few weeks ago, and I got negative on both. So, the thing, actually funny since we're talking about that, the thing I have to do, tip deflected him to the ground. He would have had a wide open lane, but it was deflected by South Carolina by Smith, and it's 3rd down. The interesting thing, now we're talking about, like, whoa, we got flipped too. The interesting thing about like the medical stuff is now I can tell you before the Wales United States game, that will be in that game. It's funny. Also, you'll be out of work at that time. The interesting thing of that game that I was trying to say was that with that game, I'm sorry. I'll regain my train of thought after this play. Throw to the 1st down, knocked out at the 10, maybe at the 11. We'll see where they put Lane. They say the 11, so it'll be 1st and 10 and the 1st down marker at the 1. But the good thing, not the good thing, the thing about what I was saying, I had something prior to do before that game. It actually is medicine, but it's not COVID. I have to get a flu shot. So my appointment is at 2:30, and it's at a building close to my dorm, but not too close. So the plan is to get the shot at around 2:30. It might be a little after. And I'm definitely getting there before. And then the run, as this run goes close to the 1st down, they'll knock him down at the 2, a Shaney 2nd and 1, and if he gets 2 yards, it'll be a touchdown. Or a 2nd and 2. So if he gets 2 yards, it'll be a 1st down. They're at the 3, not the 2. But I would get my shot there for the flu shot, and then I would sprint back to my dorm, set up the computer, put on the game, and start streaming for the United States versus Wales in soccer. Kellen Mond, handoff, a Shaney. Is he stopped? Is he in? No signal yet. Signal! Touchdown! Aggies! $40-0. Texas A&M. This is unbelievable. The first rushing touchdown. We'll see. It looks like he got it. There was no immediate signal, but then the referee gave the signal, and the Shaney was calling it to claim that's a touchdown. That is a touchdown. Shaney will get the touchdown, the extra point to make it 41-0. Let's see. Nobody has called it yet. It's 40-0. Made the whistle to have the extra point be official. Here we go. It is good. Texas A&M 41, South Carolina goose egg. I'm liking it. Oh, this is fun. This is enjoyable. And then to do work. Not like go to work, but, homework, schoolwork. Well, I actually did it already, but I got a bad grade on it, and my professor's letting me retake it. It wasn't that I did – it's like you have to – it's a political assignment. You have to explain how You have to explain a reason that she gave, and the reason I'm giving is how economics are good for how it influences political decisions. And you have to, in the assignment, you have to explain evidence. She felt that my evidence was just running around, and it was not. It was just incoherent and was not really fact basing. In I wasn't having to do with what I explained with what I was given. So I am I'm giving it a chance to re-put it and make it better. Not make it better, but like, get a better grade on it by like redoing it a little bit. So I'm just redoing some of it because I've got another assignment for that class due tomorrow night. This one's due tomorrow, not morning, but like afternoony morning, 11:59 a.m. Eastern, and then I have something due 11:59 p.m. Eastern from the same class. So I got some homework to do tomorrow while I watch football, or more accurately, well, we all do. It's like going to work. It's the same thing. I really don't know what's worse. And then the other one's something else with political stuff. So I really, more accurately, it's not watching football, it's having football play in the background. I've missed a lot of football, watching actual football games in the afternoon, specifically because I'm doing homework. But that's fine. That's okay. I kind of like that. I kind of like just doing homework and having Red Zone play in my headphones. We are back. That's true. Depends where you work, though. I am thankful to be working in the law firm that my brother is not an owner, but he has a very very important position in, and he helped me get work. And even though I was a pretty irresponsible worker when I started because I didn't understand how work in the real world works, he was able to really stay with me and be patient. So I was able to learn and do pretty good. Taking the 10 to the 15 to the 20 and then thrown down at the 25. So just like a fair catch, but a bit more physical with 11:53 left in the fourth. Studio update between Ohio State, and this is kind of what I thought. They're running down Rutgers. Rutgers, I told you, was horrible. They used to be horrible. They're up 28-3. Rutgers used to be horrible, but they've gotten better, and they're not doing too bad against Ohio State. But Ohio State's still going to win. 21-7, Oregon. Yeah, nothing new from what I told you of the updates. So I think it would have been 21-14. Here's a screen, and somebody fell down, pushed one out of the 50. He'll fall down at the Texas A&M 48. So one of the few big plays by South Carolina in this game. Ryan Hilinski. And he is in for quarterback. I assume, despite the name, is probably not a Finn. He'll get the shotgun snap. He'll pitch it because they have a new backup in because their quarterback did so bad earlier on Hill. Hill's parents are here actually at the stadium too. I believe Hill was South Carolina born and raised, but although I don't know if Columbia was the city where he spent most of his days. But I will say that they needed a substitution at some point, and so Hilinski is the substitution they get. We know that Mond isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, I do remember that. Here's a truck up for about 4 yards. He's a truck, and he goes for 2-3. And it'll be third down. A&M forces third down again after being burnt on that big first down play. South Carolina not in field goal range just yet, but they're inching closer. 2 touchdowns in the final 3 minutes. That's how USC beat Arizona State. Very interesting. South Carolina is at the Texas A&M Aggies 49-yard line. Here's the shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff. Then a handoff. Gets stuffed. Short of the first down marker. Let's see if the Gamecocks go for it here. I don't put it past them. I think they're going to. They are. They'll go for it on 4th and 3 in A&M territory. This would just be a gut punch if they can't get it. Helinski in the shotgun. He's got Harris in the backfield. 2 men to the right, receiver and a tight end. Helinski there. Throws over the top. He's got him. Smith, that'll prompt, I'll say, a growl of the crowd. It's not a roar because it's been a horrible night for South Carolina, but they get somewhat of some momentum, a 4th down conversion. It also, it did not stop the clock. 9:11 left in the 4th quarter, 9 minutes and 11 seconds. And pretended handoff, Helinski took the ball and dove forward for some yardage. She was my teacher as well as my brother's now. Well, I had her from 2008, 2011. My others are now since she's 18. Everyone loves her because she only gives like 3 problems for homework. Oh, her now since 18, not that he's 18. She won't give over for 1 page. That's awesome. So the team A&M is behind in the standings is Cincinnati. They're undefeated, but they don't play in a top 5 conference. So if A&M wins, they should definitely forge ahead of Cincy here. I missed who number 5 was. Georgia. Georgia's number 5, then Notre Dame at 4. Then Ohio State at 3, then Alabama at 2, who actually beat Texas A&M earlier this year in week 2, and A&M also played a bad team in week 1 that almost lost, but that's moot now. That point is moot now. Brought down behind the line by A&M. It's 4th down. Carper, who had that first interception, is the one who will take down the play, and they're going for it on 4th down again. The last time they shut out a team, A&M, was 2016 against Ball State, which is not a big school, not a great school, football-wise at least. And that's not a criticism. That's just a statement. But number 3 is Ohio State, and then number 1, obviously, Clemson. So I don't see A&M going to number 5, but I'll be very angry if they don't jump up to number 6. Here's a 1st down, and then he lost yardage, but his forward progress tells you that was a 1st down for the South Carolina, who went for it on 1st down, and now they are solidly into deep field goal range. They can't suffer 2 sacks, but they're at the point where they could suffer 1 and still be in range. 6:54 left in the 4th quarter. Helinski in the shotgun. Helinski drops back, throws over the side, almost intercepted for the 3rd time by Morris. And Smith never got his head around to try to catch the ball offensively for South Carolina. It's big. Yeah, it's big. I mean, there are more crucial wins down the stretch for Texas A&M, but if they lose a game, they probably have no opportunity to have a chance to get to the playoff and win the national championship. It's still slim. They have to win every single game, but to win this way is huge. But especially to me, it's less even that they won. One-handed catch out of the backfield and thrown down by Morris. Devin Morris creates 3rd down with 6:30 left, but the way they're winning South Carolina's not ranked, but they're a decent team, and they are getting destroyed 41-0 and are less than 6-10 away from getting shut out by an A&M team that I don't know the last time they shut out a Power 5 conference team. That's Pac-12, Big 12, Big East, ACC, or SEC. Here's the screen, and he dropped it, and he fumbled it. He fumbled the ball. They're saying incomplete. But that looked like a fumble to me, which would have been an A&M recovery. And the few A&M fans here are happy, but here are the boos raining down as now South Carolina has to punt again. No, they'll go for the field goal. I thought it was an initial punt because I saw no placeholder. They will go for the field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt. This would be to break the shutout. And now South Carolina calls a timeout with their own kicker ready to kick a 49-yard attempt. Not sure what's happening. 6:01 left in the fourth quarter. Texas A&M 41. The bad guys nothing. I have no idea what that means. Respectfully, Josh, I do not know what that word means, or term, or phrase. As you know, I do not speak Russian. Episode number 150. This one fit. Oh. This actually isn't, I don't think, my 150th episode, but it might be my 150th live stream. Or video, not episode. I mean, they're decent, but they're not playing at all very well tonight. Today. Oh, wow. I didn't know this. Des Bryant just got activated by your guys, by Baltimore. He may be playing tomorrow against Indianapolis. I don't know if he'll be playing, but he just got activated. So he'll be playing later for the Ravens. That'll be really interesting. See Des Bryant in that purple and black. That'll be really cool. I'm very excited. I think he can still play. Not like he used to, but he can still play.
I'm not your grandma. I don't nap every 20 minutes, and I don't drink your grandma's ginger ale.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Real ginger taste that it's long as tennis balls on your grandma's wall. You carry a black old ginger, not your grandma's ginger ale.
This isn't our first one. And sure, some renovations can require some compromise, but there's no settling at Floor & Decor. We get to fulfill our vision and get in-stock products at budget-friendly prices all in one trip. It's a win-win. Explore Floor & Decor in person or online.
So now, this is frustrated South Carolina team. That was actually their excited play, but just absolutely frustrated. It's been all Aggies tonight. No, I didn't think sports. Just like, yeah, whatever. Like, oh, this guy again. That kind of thing. Or you could say sports, Russian specifically, Ovechkin scoring for the HK Dynamo or the Washington Capitals. So here's the field goal. Tried. 49-yard attempt. 6 minutes and 1 second left. Also, something to note for college football, there's no 2-minute warning. So we don't have to deal with that. You on hold, snap. The kick is up. It is good. So Texas A&M will not shut out South Carolina, 41-3, and there's a lot more cheering than you would think here in South Carolina. You just scored a field goal, and they made a deficit 38, but Texas A&M 41, South Carolina 3. We'll be back after this commercial break. It looked like it was hooking left, but no, they scored off that field goal.
Grab Taco Bell's Nachos Party Pack whenever you're dressing up the stadium or witnessing a miracle. Go big with delicious nachos topped with all your favorites. Nachos Party Pack, only at Taco Bell. Get yours with Taco Bell delivery.
Always be ready to seize the moment when inspiration strikes. Make the most of this opportunity during Mazda's season of inspiration.
Sorry. Sorry for that.
One day, we'll look back and remember the moment that things were one strange time in our lives felt very quiet. We worried over loved ones, money, over our
Let's take a look at the scores right now.
Let's remember this time when so many struggled to feel secure and build a future where everyone can. Because when the world seems like it's standing still, that's the perfect time for us to change it.
At G-Nova, we believe you should get more. That's why
3:43 left in the third quarter. Also 5:55, 5:55. 5:55 is what's being given as the official time now in Columbia for the game in South Carolina between A&M and South Carolina. Ohio State 35, Rutgers 9. So I don't know if that's 2 field goals or if that's a touchdown that's pending extra point. We'll see. Clemson has tied it at 23. I'll probably watch a bunch of these games before I get back after this game's over. Clemson 23, Notre Dame 23. With 3:43 left in the third quarter, 8:08 left in the third, it's 35-9 Ohio State, and they are pumping Darude back into the stadium. Sandstorm, but it has been an Aggie storm. 41 points, and South Carolina scored the last points. It's a field goal. I'll say the next scores when we get back to commercial, which we might not get to until the end of this game. This might be the last break. We'll see. South Carolina will boot this to the 2 and be fair caught at the 2 by Lane.
we take a look at our Corona premier moment.
As they've shown some of these touchdowns, but to me, the wide open touchdown to O'Shaney, this has to be the fingerprint moment to become the all-time leader. He's got so much critique by college football fans across the country of all his career. Me and Texas A&M fans a lot will criticize him. Kellen Mond, he's not playing anymore. They got a backup in because they're up by 38, and he scored a touchdown. He has the most touchdowns thrown in the history of A&M. As this is a running play, truck to close to the first down marker by Jackson, the third string running back. And they're showing Clemson. Yeah, after this game is done, I can't wait to watch this Clemson game. No, it's funny. They had the Scotty Bowman of college football. As there was an injury, but then the guy just got back up, and he's going to stumble to the bench. But they had the Scotty Bowman of college football named Bear Bryant, but he was never able to, at least not in the modern era, win Texas A&M any national championships before winning a ton with Alabama. But no, they've never been able to win the national championship. It's been a long-suffering franchise, but we've had our moments. I really believe this is. I call this the Nashville Predators, but we are very similar to Vancouver. We just have a great fan base, a loud fan base, a team that's had our moments, had our winning, but we're waiting for that chance to get to the top of the mountaintop, and we've felt like we've deserved it a long other time. The pile moves, and the A&M player moves. Morris again, and it will be now a first down. I know you don't really follow American college anything because you just follow professional sports and you live in Canada. But do you follow? Oh, absolutely. Do you follow American college hockey? Because it is important to the Frozen Four and all of that and all of those great players. My favorite team is actually Harvard, but I don't watch it as much. So I was wondering if you follow college hockey because there's a lot of great teams up north. Haynes King from Longview, Texas, a 6'3", 200-pound backup quarterback is the one, a freshman, is the one playing now in his first ever game as an Aggie, and he will be taking some reps until this game is over since they're blowing him out. Know nothing about that. Okay, I don't know that much either, but if it's on, I'll watch some of their players. I know Notre Dame has a very good team, as obviously does Boston University and Boston College. He did not get the first down, but he got really close with 3:56 left in the fourth quarter. Third down. Cronover the third, as this incessant cawing will not stop. A&M at the South Carolina 49. They have to get to the 50-yard line. So it's a third one, obviously. Obviously, they'll punt at any fourth down. No need to go for anything here. Here's the run play up the middle. First down, and he went to about the 45-yard line. Jackson. And a few more plays to go. I don't really understand this marketing. You see it says Decision Day for Philadelphia and New England. Everyone is clinched in the Eastern Conference. It might be for seeding. I mean, these guys don't know that, I don't think, unless they look at a statistic card. But it's not a game where anyone can clinch in the Eastern Conference. Just waiting for Western Conference MLS teams to clinch. I'll pull that up too because I don't know the statistics at that since we did that MLS game a few weeks ago. Handoff to the right side. Jackson pushes for more. South Carolina has some timeouts. We'll see if they use them. Cronover, the third, for a few yards, and it's second down. The play clock has more time on it than is time, but more than 2 minutes, if that makes any sense. So there'll be less than 2 minutes when A&M snaps this ball, probably. Second and 9. They snap the ball at 1:58. Handoff up the middle for Cronover. The third will push and not get that much. Play clock will end at 1:10. We've got 1:46 left. Yeah, that's true. College sports aren't that expensive, though. I mean, some college football games are, but college sports aren't that expensive. I've been to a few college football games. I've been to college soccer games. I've been to college hockey. I've been to college basketball D1, Division I, as I was telling you before. I've never been to college. I have been to college football Division I. I saw Michigan and Maryland, but I was specifically talking about my school. Right? I've seen a lot of college games. More professional, though. Over the middle, thrown for the first down, escapes past the 20, past the 10, walk into the end zone, and the first career touchdown for the backup Texas A&M is just pushing the ante. That's right from King. King's first ever Texas A&M touchdown pass comes very unlikely. And it is 7-0. I counted wrong. There'll be an extra point away from being 48. With a minute and 2 to go. Here's the extra point. It is high and true. AM 48. Gamecocks 3. So this will be the final commercial break. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Fact too that he didn't mean to do this, but for the backup to come in and not only do you help not allow South Carolina in it, even though that would have been a huge momentous task, but the fact that now your team is ahead by even more, but now you get to throw your first touchdown pass in a game that you didn't even expect to be in is awesome, even though it is garbage time.
At Fidelity, you'll get the planning and advice to prepare you for the future without sacrificing the things that are important to you today. We'll help you plan for healthcare costs, taxes, and any other uncertainties along the
So
way.
let's take a look at the MLS.
Because with Fidelity, you can feel confident that the only direction you're moving is forward.
Always be ready to seize the moment when inspiration strikes.
Oh, I didn't realize it's top 10, not top 8. So there actually are teams that are vying to go to the playoffs in the MLS in the Eastern Conference. Atlanta, who won the championship a few years ago, is trying to get in. Miami, DC, Chicago holds the 10 spot, and Montreal holds the 9 spot in the Eastern Conference.
More calories. Higher expectations.
Let's see for seeding.
The right year you've been waiting for has arrived.
Toronto's playing the Red Bulls, and Philly is playing New England. If my team, the Red Bulls, can actually come through and help beat Toronto, I believe, regardless of what happens, then Philadelphia would get the 1 seed in the playoffs. For the Western Conference, oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, they should be. But I'm talking specifically soccer, though, not college football. I was discussing soccer, not college football, if you're wondering. Yeah, they should move up to 6. But unfortunate. I'm sorry, man, but I know you don't care that much. But your local team, the Vancouver Whitecaps, no, Toronto actually won a championship a few years ago, and they made the championship game last year. So they are not. They are one of the better teams. Also, Josie Altidore, one of the best goal scorers in United States history, plays for Toronto. So no, they're not. Atlanta United, actually, this year they're bad, but they're not as infuriating with blowing leads as Atlanta Braves and Atlanta Falcons either. But as I was saying, I know you don't care too much about them, but the local team, Vancouver Whitecaps, I thought they were going to have a chance to get the 7 or the 8 seed, but they just became the last team eliminated. So San Jose's in, Colorado's in, LAFC's in, and at the 5 seed right now is my second favorite team, my Western Conference team, the Minnesota Football Club at 5. And look at Dallas. They've jumped up all the way to 4, Seattle at 3, Portland at 2, and Sporting Kansas City is at 1. This will hit the end zone and go to touchback with 62 seconds left in the game. This entire stadium is just getting emptied by all of these unfortunate fans. Not unfortunate, but their team had an unfortunate night. I will say I was looking at how Florida is, how they were behind, and I said, oh, it was good that they beat Georgia. I do think, though, since they throttled Georgia, it would have been a little better for A&M if they had won like by 3 or by 4, like 24-20 or 27-24, something like that, or even like 41-38 instead of beating them like 38-25, because then it's like, oh, maybe Florida's better team. But it doesn't matter. We take care of business. They take care of theirs. I don't care what happens with them as long as we get what we need to get done. And that's what just happened. Another sack, this time on the backup. They've got a third stringer out here now.
They're going to have a strong case to be in that college football playoff. Ceiling is pretty high.
As it was Doy. These broadcasters really believe in A&M. They really think, and I'm happy. They don't get too much belief. Final play of the game, 7 seconds left. The handoff will go nowhere. Finally, the whistle goes. The game is over. It took some time, but it's finally over. Number 7, Texas A&M 48, South Carolina 3. Also, if you just want to know what's going on ESPN, they're going right now to UFC, like boxing, or not boxing, but similar. So if you want to watch that, you can. But 48-3 in favor of A&M. They'll have a real case to jump ahead of number 6, of Cincinnati, and maybe make a case for 5 because Georgia lost. I'll see you on Monday for New England and New York Jets, and then on Wednesday for soccer and Wales and the United States, and on Thursday for Thursday Night Football between Indianapolis and Tennessee. Happy hockey, everybody. Good night, and I'll see you on Monday.